Interesting facts about badgers. Badgers are short-legged mammals with a black and white striped muzzle, short fluffy tail, black belly and paws with sharp claws. The badger is a widespread representative of forest animals in the world. This fairly large beast is not dangerous to humans, at least if it is not deliberately angered. He commands respect for his diligence and cleanliness, and his cute appearance causes a reckless desire to pet him. However, this should not be done. Badgers are by no means famous for their complacent character. Badgers, like bears, hibernate for the winter. This applies only to badgers living in the north. Their southern counterparts do not need to sleep all winter, since they do not have such problems with food. Before winter, the body weight of the northern badger increases by about a third. The animal stores fat to last until spring. The badger's coat is rather rough and not very pleasant to the touch, which, however, only plays into their hands. Thanks to this circumstance, badgers did not become an object of fur trade. Badger burrows often go underground to a depth of 5 meters or more, and sometimes whole families of 10 to 20 badgers live in one hole. Large concentrations of badgers sometimes build entire underground cities, the holes in which are connected to each other. Such cities usually have several exits to the surface, usually well camouflaged. Badgers are monogamous, just like swans. They find themselves a couple of times and for life. The honey badger related to badgers is a very brave creature. He not only drags food from large predators, but often feasts on poisonous snakes. Badger holes sometimes exist for centuries, and many generations of these animals live in them. The clumsy appearance of a badger can deceive an inexperienced predator. A badger is able to fight back even a wolf or a large dog, although in most cases he prefers to run away from danger, if there is such an opportunity. Most badgers are found in the taiga. They are nocturnal, so during the day the animals are much less common. The body length of badgers ranges from 60 to 90 centimeters, with a mass of over 20 kilograms. It is curious that before hibernation they weigh more than 30 kilograms. An interesting fact is that the badger is considered the only representative of the weasel family. The largest number of badgers lives in the taiga. The badger is omnivorous, but still prefers food of animal origin. Even earthworms can be included in his diet. When frightened, the animal begins to scream loudly. The badger is able to carry such dangerous diseases as rabies, bovine tuberculosis and others. It is curious that shaving brushes are made from badger hair. During sleep, animals sometimes snore. The badger arranges his hole no further than 1 kilometer from the water source. In case of danger, badgers usually flee if they have the opportunity. But if there is nowhere to run, or you need to protect the cubs, they fight like real heroes, and they can defeat even a wolf or a large dog. Badger claws are not the best weapon, as they are quite blunt. But they are very convenient to dig the ground. These animals are very clean. From time to time, they arrange a general cleaning in their holes, dragging out old bedding and everything else. Foxes willingly occupy badger burrows so as not to dig their own. Sometimes they even evict the rightful owners. The badger flaunts on the coat of arms of the Russian city of Shinkursk, in the Arhangelsk region. The closest relative of the badger in terms of biology is the marten. If a pregnant female badger hibernates for the winter, the development of embryos in her womb slows down greatly. These animals live up to 15 to 16 years, but in the wild they rarely live longer than 10 to 11 years. Badgers recognize each other by the specific smell emitted by their glands. The body length of an adult badger can reach 1 meter. They are very sociable and playful. Scientists have repeatedly observed how badgers fool around and play without any specific goal. They are just having fun. Badgers are members of the Mistelid family, which also includes otters, weasels, and minks. In total, There are 11 species of badgers of various shapes, sizes and habitats. They can be found on all continents except South America, Antarctica, and Australia. The largest species is the European or Eurasian badger, and the smallest is the Chinese ferret badger. The American badger, which is found in the Great Plains, the western United States, and parts of Canada and Mexico, is the only badger species native to North America. Males can usually be distinguished from females by their broader, bulbous head, fuller cheeks, and thicker neck. The tail is a less reliable landmark. In males it is usually thinner and whiter, females are short and wide. Albino badgers are rare, but erythristic badgers are more common, in which the black color is replaced by a reddish pigment. Badgers are good foragers and their diet typically consists of earthworms, slugs, snails, wild fruits, nuts and seeds. They also prey on small mammals such as ground squirrels, mice, hares, birds, lizards and insects. Badgers can eat several hundred earthworms a night. They are also one of the few hedgehog hunters. Thick skin and long claws help them overcome the outer spines of hedgehogs. While some badgers are solitary, others, such as the Eurasian badger, coexist with other mammals as well as their own species, sometimes even sharing their dens. The American badger has an amazing but mutually beneficial hunting relationship with coyotes. The coyote develops high speed and is able to chase prey on the run, while the badger does not allow the pursued prey to hide in its tunnels. If food is scarce, badgers will hunt both day and night. Eurasian badgers share their burrows with other animals. Eurasian badgers, the largest of the badger species, are also the friendliest. Unlike their more isolated American counterparts, most Eurasian badgers live in groups of 2 to 23 individuals. Social behavior is largely determined by food availability and population density. When food is scarce, badgers become more independent. However, when resources are plentiful, Eurasian badgers are happy to share their home. Eurasian badgers also sometimes share their burrows with hares, porcupines, red foxes, brown rats, wood mice, stone and pine martens. Most interesting is the commensalism between red foxes and badgers. Scientists studying the sharing of dens between these species believe that their ability to coexist is due to spatial and condition niche segregation. Ferret badgers are the smallest species. While badgers are most commonly depicted as stocky animals, the smallest of the badgers, the ferret badger of the subfamily Helictidae, bear little resemblance to their larger cousins. The largest badger, the Eurasian, is 55 to 90 centimeters long and can weigh up to 16 kilograms, while ferret badgers are only 30 to 43 centimeters long and weigh less than 3.5 kilograms. The Chinese ferret badger is the smallest species, weighing between 0.9 and 2.7 kilograms. There are 5 types of ferret badgers: Bornean, Chinese, Javanese, Burmese, and Vietnamese. The Chinese ferret badger is a strong climber that skillfully plucks fruits from trees. Some, such as the Javan ferret badger, take over the burrows of other animals instead of digging their own. Mating occurs mainly in early spring and late summer. In this case, the female can mate with more than one male and have offspring from several partners at once. She can also ovulate a second time and mate again, already carrying blastocysts, very early embryos, from a previous mating. Blastocysts are implanted in late December or early January. February is usually the peak month for childbirth. Pregnancy in badgers lasts from 6 to 7 weeks. A typical litter size is 2 to 6. Newborn cubs usually appear in late April or early May, and have silky gray fur with slight stripes. In the first couple of weeks underground, up to a third of the cubs can die. Most of them will be killed by other females who have babies of their own. Surviving cubs leave the den at the age of 9 to 10 weeks. At the first sign of danger, the female will drive the cubs underground, She will drag the most naughty by the collar. Badgers have poor eyesight, and if you're walking downwind and don't make noise, they're easy to approach. Badgers do not have good eyesight. It is compensated by a strong sense of smell and hearing. The badger is able to run at a speed of almost 30 km/h.